All right, man. Keith Thurman calls out Jake Paul. Shout out to Marcos Vegas from Fight Hub. He called him out on Fight Hub. But first, let's talk about how Stephen Espinoza is now protecting and defending Jake Paul. So Jake Paul must be bringing something to the table. You figure, deal me. But let's pull that up. Thumbs up the video, share the video, check the box and playlist out for more videos like this. I do appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Best way to support the channel, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, this bell icon button. But financially, I do appreciate everybody to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Got that from movie 21. That's one of my favorite movies to watch. But it says Stephen Espinoza, Showtime's Espinoza Paul wanted to fight Rahman at 215. I agree with the team not to allowing it. Right? You know, say shout out to Keith Wiley for this article. Jake Paul wanted to fight Hussein Rahman at the higher contracted weight of 215 pounds. Rahman demanded Saturday, but Paul's team advised against it. Stephen Espinoza, Showtime president of sports and event programming for boxing.com, that Paul team wouldn't allow him to compete at such a significant weight disadvantage in what was supposed to be Paul's first fight against a professional fighter this Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. The entire event was canceled last Saturday night because Rahman refused to get down any lower than 215 for Friday's weigh-in. We ain't even like it was a week out before the fight. So don't that sound fishy, bro? You know, like I said, they said when New York came in, they wanted to make sure he lost the weight properly, and all that sound like horseshit. They knew that he was in trouble, bro. Remember, he said they advised him, they didn't want him to take the fight in the first place. You know, they said they didn't want him to take the fight in the first place. You know, so, I mean, you know, like I said before, man, they didn't want that man to take the fight in the first place. So they knew what was up. They knew what was up, bro. He said, well, my brother and my manager didn't want me to take the fight anyway. They knew exactly what was up. So we ain't boo-boo the fools. All right? Quote, for his part, Jake wanted, quote, Espinoza, for his part, Jake wanted to take the fight even at 215, said Espinoza, whose network was supposed to distribute Paul Rahman as the main event on a 4-fight pay-per-view telecast. Quote, I think cooler heads prevail. His team did not allow him to fight at 215. And I absolutely agree with that. Jake should not be coming into a fight at 195, 200 and fighting someone who might be 225 or 230. Rahman replaced Tommy Fury as Paul's opponent on approximately 4 weeks' notice because Paul's rival encountered visa issues that prevented Fury from traveling from England to the United States for their fight. The 25-year-old Paul, 5-0, 4 KOs of Westlake, Ohio, was supposed to face Fury, 8-0, 4 KOs last December 18th, but Fury's half-brother, the WC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, withdrew from the bout approximately 2 weeks in advance, reportedly due to a bacterial chest infection and broken ribs. 31-year-old Rahman was contractually obligated to be weigh in at 200 pounds or less this Friday for his 8-round cruiserweight contest with Paul. The Baltimore native wouldn't have been allowed to weigh more than 215 at a second day weigh-in this Saturday. So he would have came in. I don't blame him, bro. He said Rahman and Paul agreed to fight at 205, but Rahman apparently changed his mind, made one demand too many. So I mean, he says Jake Paul walks around at 195 pounds. Espinoza said he's not going to be any heavier than that. That's the problem with 215. It's not that Jake didn't want to. He wanted to, but in reality, everyone around him, and I think rightfully so, said it's not a safe fight to take with the potential 20, 30-pound difference in weight. No one was okay with Jake going in there fighting someone that could have been 20 or 30 pounds heavier. At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather fought his brother. His brother came in heavy as hell versus Floyd Mayweather. You know? His brother came in heavy as hell versus Floyd Mayweather. So what's the difference? I don't care. He talks shit like a professional fighter. He talks shit like a professional fighter. So it is what it is. How you gonna talk all that shit like a professional fighter, and then you can't do this? You knew on a short notice that man was a heavyweight. You ain't gonna get no cruiserweight that was 10 or 20 pounds above weight or whatever. And said we'll cut the weight. He used to cutting. A heavyweight not used to cutting. So, like I said before, this event should have been canceled when Tommy Fury pulled out or couldn't get a visa. They couldn't pull no strings for Tommy Fury to get a visa. It is what it is. Espinoza protecting Jake Paul like he fucking Floyd Mayweather is hilarious. You know, you should need to worry about your job security in the future of boxing on CBS or Showtime, defending Jake Paul. Well, I advised against it. Nobody care what you think, bro. If he a grown ass man, if he wanted to get in there with seeing Rahman at 200 at 215, 30 pounds, he was 195. Let him. He a grown man. Oh, if Jake really wanted to do it, Jake's a boss. His manager don't got power of attorney over him. Logan don't have power of attorney over him. If he wanted to get in there with Singh Rahman, he could have did it. So we don't need y'all saying, "Oh man, his team advised against it. We really didn't want it," or this, that, and the third. Nobody really trying to hear that at all. If he wanted to do it, Jake Paul, a grown ass man, Jake Paul, the one that's getting in the ring. That's who getting in the ring. Jake freaking Paul, not Steven Espinoza, not Logan Paul. Logan Paul had a hell of advantage over Floyd Mayweather. Hell of an advantage over Floyd Mayweather. Anybody was concerned about Floyd Mayweather health? He's an old ass man. So yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that bull crap. Nobody. So no, I don't feel bad for Jake Paul. No, I'm bound with Steven Espinoza cooking. At all. He's a clown for even signing this dude. They should fire him for even putting him on the damn network. Let's keep it a humbug. He should be fired for even being on the damn network. Real talk. Now, Keith Thurman said on Fight Hub that he would fighting Jake Paul, right? He said, I'll fight him this week. Give Espinoza, give me a call. I'll fight him. I'll replace him. Come on. Here come fucking Keith Thurman. He got all this he got all this energy to fight Jake Paul, but never had the energy getting in the ring with Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence.
Oh no! What? Where's the? Huh?
Oh man, this thing's so confusing.
With a non-fighter, I can dance circles around Jakey Polly Molly. You know, whatever them boys are doing. You know, I missed the fight because of my fight and the COVID Amalie Arena. So that's where my family is a fighter. You got to respect people that step into the ring. What's going on? Your big brother is that intimidated? You better not take the fight. No, these boys are big. Real boxing. Let me teach them some real boxing, okay? So we can do something for the people, for the sheeple, whatever. You know, he's out here with all the entertainment, man. You know, it's entertainment. You know, I still think it's the circus, but guess what? People show up to the circus. You know what I mean? I've been to Circus Olay. You know what I'm saying? People still go out to the circus. You know, so it is what it is, man. I'm really surprised. You know, boxing is a very hard sport. You know, to make fights, there's a lot of struggles on the inside and outside. You know, but trying to have the standard of this. The one thing that a lot of people enjoyed. People were talking about it at the gym after we know by myself. Get up the wrong tree. You're sending out the wrong contracts, baby. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know, but let's see how long he can do this.
All right, you know, for the most part, you heard the gist of it. So, you know, Keith Thurman said he down to fight Jake Paul. You know, he accepted in this week to fight Jake Paul. Shout out to Marcos Villegas Fight Hub. That was used for education purposes only. So he said he down to fight Jake Paul. He said he missed the fight when Jake Paul was in Tampa. He had stuff going on. But like I said before, yeah, let Keith Thurman get in there and fight Jake Paul. Yeah. He gonna, you know, 1 week notice. You know, you could say the event, you know, they ain't really trying to say the event at all. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't really trying to say that event, but you know how it go. We all know how it go, but you know. It is what it is, but we know what the business is. We know he ain't really about that life. He ain't gonna really get in there with he really ain't gonna get in there with Jake Paul, bro. You know, with Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman just this desperate. That's all it is. Keith Thurman just desperate, and he said he stuck like Chuck. He ain't got no fight date. You know what I'm saying? And sound like a personal problem. Sound like a personal problem, but we'll figure out, see what happened, what's going on with Keith Thurman, man, and he out here calling out Jake Paul and all that type of stuff, man. And like I said before, he down bad, bro. He down real bad. So he calling out Jake Paul. He said he ain't got no fight. He ain't got no list of opponents. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. So, it is what it is. I like to see it. But we know he ain't barking up that tree. So we know Keith Thurman wasting his breath, looking desperate, the whole nine. But let me know what you girls and guys think, But we know he won't get in there. If that was Clarissa Shields, he probably get in there with Clarissa Shields. But we know he ain't really about that life. But hey, check out check out the Boxing News playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Radio Public, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Link tree, the first link in the description. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time. Peace.